And good afternoon. Welcome to Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. We're on just a hair late, but we are underway. Top of the first inning. High Plains Inning matchup between the Bronx and the Sublette Larks. The Bronx come in 4-6 on the season. And Braden Fisher starts off the game with a strikeout looking for one away.
Now batting number 3, Derek.
That brings up Derek Dyke. Batting from the right side with one out here in the top of the first. We're just underway. Sorry it took a few extra minutes. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Braden Fisher working ahead of the first two hitters of this lineup. Fisher from the one. The lefty breaking pitch was outside. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still trying to get some things loaded up here. You'd swear it was my first time trying to set this stuff up. We're getting there. I'm just happy to be able to be calling a ball game tonight. Good to be back on the diamond. Fisher looks in. Here's the wind and the 2-1. Low, and the count goes to 3-1. And misses outside for ball 4. Dyke goes to first with the 1-out walk.
Now batting number 6, Caden.
Thank you. Count is 0-1 to the hitter. Fisher looks back at the runner at second. Big lead by Dyke at second base. Right down the middle, swing and a miss. First strike one, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Garrettson on deck for the Larks. Wind blowing in this afternoon. I'm going to say roughly 30 miles an hour. The 2 pitch fouled away. Good stays alive. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, fouled back and out of play. Ball low and in the dirt. Adric fires to first for the out as Dyke goes to third. There was a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout for out number 2.
Now batting number 24, Ryan Garrettson.
Brings up Ryan Garrettson, the cleanup hitter. Fisher's offering low and in the dirt, scooped nicely by Adric. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1. Noah Garrettson on deck for the Larks. If you're just joining us, just underway, top of the first. Swing and a miss, and the count is even. Two-two pitch coming up, low and outside, and the count is full. Ball low and in the dirt. Hit Garrettson. Just a painful ball four there. Brings up Noah Garrettson. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Low and inside, count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, and Noah Garrettson finds himself down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball towards second, and it hit the runner. Garrettson will be out. Clarks go scoreless in the first inning. No runs, no hits. They strand 2 base runners. There were no Bronc errors.
Yeah.
Oh, you betcha. Yep, go ahead. After 1/2 inning play, the score, Sublette 0 and the Bronx coming up. You're watching Bronx Baseball on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
Martinez leads it off for the Bronx in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Larks and Lakin. Allen fouls that one straight back. And the count even 1 ball, 1 strike. Bronx come in 4-6 on the season. Allen swings at a high one. Anything in the air today is going to be an adventure. Caught by the shortstop, 4-1 away.
Now batting, Drew Patterson.
That'll bring up Drew Patterson. Patterson, the freshman, bats from the right side, takes the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. And a roller through the infield. Patterson with the one out single. That'll bring up Braden Fisher.
Batting for the Lakin Bronx, Braden Fisher.
Fisher comes into the afternoon a .462 hitter. Has 12 hits in 26 at-bats. Has driven in 8. That's a double and a triple to his credit. Patterson with a good lead at first. Gerritsen holding him at the bag. First pitch a hair high for ball 1. Throw to second was high. Patterson with the stolen base. Pitch was off the mark as well. 2-0 the count. Pass ball allows Patterson to go to third. Now in scoring position with 1 out here in the home half of the first. Braden Fisher at the plate with a 3-0 count. Here's the wind. Low and outside. And a 4-pitch walk. Walk puts runners at the corners.
Now batting, Adric Gomez.
Fisher running on the first pitch. Adric takes it at the knees for strike 1. So Fisher a stolen base without a throw. Adric comes in a .304 hitter. Swings and fouls that one back and out of play. He's down in the count 0-2. Pitch is low. 1-2 the count. Adric loops that up the first base side in foul territory. Gerritsen gloves it for 2 away.
Now batting, Bodie McCormick.
That'll bring up Bodie McCormick. Bodie on the season a .143 hitter. 3 hits in 21 at bats. He has 2 RBIs to his credit. Pitch gets past the catcher, and Patterson will slide in front of the diving catcher for the first run of the game. Fisher goes to third. That'll go as a wild pitch. And Tanky got the knees. 4 strike, 1-1 to count. Armando Salcido in the on-deck circle. Fisher, the 2-out runner at third base. And a little low and outside. 2-1 to count to Bodie McCormick. The pitcher from the stretch. Pitches off the glove of the catcher. And Fisher will score easily. So passed ball as the count goes to 3-1. And the Bronx on top here 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Pitch was high. And Bodie with the 2-out walk. Salcido comes to the plate. Armando batting .312 on the season. 5 hits in 16 at bats, has driven in 2. Yeah. Pitch was high and away for ball 1. Gabe Cox on decks. If Salcido can keep the inning alive, swing and a miss, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch was outside, and it's 2-1. Pitch was outside. Snap throw to first. Bodie back in standing. Count goes 3-1 to Salcido. Pitch was outside.
That should be 23.
And another
Add another pitch.
2-out walk. Puts 2 on for Gabe Cox. Cox, a .294 hitter. 5 hits in 17 at bats. Bats from the right side with 2 outs. Bronx with the 2-0 lead. Cox swings at a high one. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off the shin guards for strike 2.
Yeah, it's an 0-2 pitch. 0-2. There's your one.
And that's outside. Count now 2-1. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Bronx in the first inning. But the Bronx come up with 2 runs.
1 hit. No errors.
2 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 left and no Sublette errors after 1 inning of play. It's the Bronx 2 and the Larks nothing. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
The Lakin Recreation Commission has a full fitness room with 5 treadmills, tread climber, rowing machine, 3 elliptical fitness cross trainers, 2 stationary bikes, and strength training fitness equipment. You'll find just what you need for your own quality workout. The fitness room is open for the public's use free of charge during business hours. For use after business hours, Lakin Rec also has a keyless entry system available. The Lakin Rec Commission, always involved with the youth of Lakin, 702 North Campbell, Lakin, 355-7039. The benefits are endless.
I'd have been okay if I had been sitting right here for it, but I wasn't really ready for it.
Batting number 12, Braxton.
Blackwood leads it off for the Larks. Swing and a miss, and he's down in the count 0-2. Bandman on deck for the Larks. Fisher winds. Here's the 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. Line shot. Bodie goes upstairs to grab it for a 1-away.
Now batting number 13, Casey.
No, it should be number 15. Bandman.
Yeah.
Daniel Bandman now batting for Sublette.
Cracks. Yeah.
Fouls that one out of play.
Yeah. That's right. These are 0-1, right?
I think it's 1 and 2, but I'm not sure. I was hoping he'd give the indication there. Fisher steps off. And the pitch is grounded towards short. Martinez up with it. Throw across in time for the out. 6-3 on the put up. Makes it 2-way. Now batting for the Larks, Carson Leonard, the second baseman.
Now batting number 13, Casey.
High foul ball in foul territory. McCormick makes the catch.
3 up, 3 down.
Larks go quietly in the second inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and no Bronc errors after 1.5. The score, Lakin 2 and Sublette nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Kearney County, a wonderful life opportunity, offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County Historical Museum or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com.
Leading it off for the Bronx in the bottom of the second inning, Caden Mings. Mings with one hit on the season in 21 tries, comes in batting .048. And he lines that one into left center field for a leadoff hit, his second hit of the season. Brings up Alex Luce.
Up to bat. Alex Luce.
Go be Dyke. You know you put that stuff because you right away.
Luce swearing to bunt. Ball is low and outside. And Mings goes to second on the wild pitch.
Yeah, 2-1 pitch. One ball.
And swinging Alex Luce down on strikes for one away.
Now batting. Alan Martinez. Swing. Off the ball.
That brings up Alan Martinez back to the top of the lineup for the Bronx. Alan popped out to the shortstop his first time up.
This right here.
Allen came into the afternoon a .423 hitter.
Push the base, Katie.
Pitch on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Drew Patterson on deck. Fouled back and out of play. And that one past the catcher back to the backstop. As Mings goes to third on the wild pitch. Count to Allen goes full at 3-2. Allen lifts a soft liner. Second baseman can't come up with it.
Now batting, Drew Patterson.
And Allen will be safe at first. Brings up Drew Patterson. Patterson with the bunt up the first base line. Dyke lets it go foul. Liner back to the pitcher. I think Dyke caught it on the fly, but he threw to first just to make sure. Well, actually, they're going to double off Allen. It was a liner back to the pitcher and threw to first to throw behind Martinez for the double play. So Patterson, line one for 2 outs, and Martinez down 1-3 for the third out. The Bronx, no runs in that half inning, no runs. 2 hits, 1 left, no Sublette errors. After 2 complete, Bronx lead it 2-0. We'll be back right after this. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. Fisher back to the mound for the third inning of work with the 2-0 lead. Pitch in at the knees for strike 2. I know I'm going to butcher this name when I try, but Jeremiah Hudeschelt at the plate for Sublette to lead off the third. Fisher's 0-2 pitch was outside, losing the hat during the attempt. I apologize for some of the issues we've seemed to have had today. We'll work through them. Strikeout looking for 1 away. third strikeout of the afternoon for Fisher. Brings up the center fielder, Brandon Ginter.
Up to bat number 2, Brandon.
Fisher from the windout. And that one fouled back and out of play. Derek Dyke on deck for the Larks. Here's the wind to Neal 1. Breaking pitch. Nice on the outside corner.
It was.
0-2 the count. Fisher's fastball fouled off the right side and out of play. If it weren't for the wind, it'd be a beautiful day for baseball. Fisher with the wind. The 0-2 breaking pitch stays outside, and the count remains 0-2. Excuse me, goes to 1-2. 1-2 pitch grounded towards second. Patterson in the hole. Nobody covering the bag, and he goes past the pitcher. And Ginter goes to second base on the air.
Now to bat
That'll
number
go as
3,
an error on the second baseman. That brings up Derek Dyke. Dyke walked his first time up. Got an update from softball. Lakin Lady Bronx on the hill up north, losing 8-0 in the third, batting in the home half of the third inning. They're taking on Sublette as well. Fisher from the stretch checks the runner. Lone inside for ball 1. One 0 pitch on the outside corner. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Even with the south wind, Fisher's breaking ball's working well on that outside edge. Usually you see the big breaker when you're throwing into the north wind, but he's done a good job. That one off the foot of Dyke, and he goes to first. That one broke a little bit too much. That'll bring up Caden Good, the catcher.
Up to bat number 6, Caden.
Bouncing ball towards the hole at short. McCormick picks it up, goes to second, not in time. That'll go as a fielder's choice for Good as the base is now loaded. And McCormick's only play was really to try to go to second base. There was nobody going to be available at first, and his momentum was going that way. The Bronx will pull McCormick in on the grass at first. Ground ball past the third baseman into left field. 1 run will score. Dyke around third. He will score. And the runner slides in safely at third base. Garrettson with a 2 RBI single. And just like that, we are tied at 2 apiece. Brings up the batter, Noah Garrettson, swings and misses for strike 1. 2 runs across, 1 out in the top of the third inning. Fisher from the stretch looks over at the runner. Pitch is high for a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, and Garrettson down in the count 1-2. Braxton Blackwood on deck. Bouncing ball, Fisher fields it, goes to second, throws it into center field, but the runner will not advance. That'll go as an error. Has a run scored.
Up to bat, number 12, Braxton Blackwood.
Will go as a fielder's choice for Noah Garrettson. And an error by Fisher, allowing the run to score. Which was the run was going to score. Fisher was going to go to second to try to pull the double play. Popped up on the infield. It will drift into foul territory. Fisher had it off the heel of his glove. And falls for strike 2. Runners at first and second. One out in the top of the third. Breaking pitch in at the knees. Okay, so that was strike 2. So what's our count? 1-2. Liner towards the second baseman. Patterson's. And Bodie got stepped on. Bodie covering the bag. They complete the double play, but Bodie got stepped on, and he hobbles off the field. So Blackwood lines out to the second baseman, Patterson, for 2 away, and back to first to complete the double play. And at the end of 2.5. The Larks have come out now and taken the lead, and they lead it 3-2 as we go to the home half of the third. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bronc Baseball.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Fisher with a line shot into left field to start the home half of the third.
Now batting, Adric Gomez.
Brings up Adric Gomez Escobar.
So that was pitch number 40 for a visitor. I guess, however it is on 41.
Adric lined out to the first baseman his first time up. He's 0 for 1 here in game one. Fisher with a huge lead at first base. Garrettson behind the runner. Fisher doesn't go. Adric fists it foul. And a balk called. That allows Fisher to go to second, now in scoring position with the 1-1 count to Adric. Dyke steps off. Wants to try and keep the tying run close. Bronx trail it. We're in the bottom of the third. Pitch is outside for ball 2. Bodie McCormick on deck. Wind howling straight in from right field. 25 to 30 miles an hour. Pitch is way outside. And the count goes to 3-1. So Fisher with the big lead at second, shaking up the pitcher. Soft liner towards first. Garrettson up with it. Fisher back to first.
Now batting, Bodie McCormick.
Back to second, excuse me. Hey, give me a break. It's my first time out. It's my first time out. Give me a break. I'm still trying to learn the ropes here. You know what's sad is I've been doing this for 15 years and I feel like an absolute rookie here right now. Oh, yeah, don't you love it?
Wild pitch.
Bodie McCormick at the plate. First pitch is outside and to the screen. Fisher goes to third on the wild pitch. Honest to God, I am still trying to figure some of this stuff out. I tell you what. Pitch was low for ball 2. Bodie with a high fly ball. Left fielder looking up into the sun makes the catch. Fisher will tag and will score. Bodie with the RBI sac fly.
Now with the bat, Mondo Salcido.
It's 2 away in the inning as the Bronx tie it up 3-0. 3-all. Armando reached on a walk his first time up. He's down in the count 0-1. And takes that one on the outside corner. Or strike 2. Gabe Cox on deck. If Salcido can keep the inning alive, here's the wind. Salcido with the check swing. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Salcido fouls it out of play off the first base side. So I think what the umpire called, I think he called a foul ball on that check swing. It came off the knob of the bat. So, yeah, I'm thinking that's what he called. Because I heard him called.
Okay, so it really is, well, now it's small one. Yeah,
1 ball, 2 strikes, he says. Okay.
I thought it hit him, but yeah, it must
I
have
was
been
thinking that it might have hit him, but he didn't act like he was going to first.
2-2.
And that pitch is low, and the count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Salcedo strikes out to retire the side for the Bronx, but the Bronx do come up
40, 41, 42,
with a run as they tie it at 3 at the end of 3. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the 4th inning for you right here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
We go to the top of the 4th. Bronx with 1 in the 3rd, tied up at 3 with the Sublette Larks. Braden Fisher back out for his 4th inning of work.
Batting for Sublette, number 15, Daniel.
Daniel Banman at the plate for the Larks. Takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. He grounded out to the shortstop, Alan Martinez, his first time up. And he stands in there with the count 0-1, now 1-1. Carson Leonard on deck. He'll be followed by Huderschelt. 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball towards short. Martinez over towards the hole. Strong throw across in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout. Nice strong throw with that side wind for Alan Martinez.
Now batting number 13, Casey.
Cason Leonard at the plate. 2-0 the count as Fisher misses outside once again. And the pitch low and inside for ball 3. Three-0 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. Line in the 3-1, rolled toward short. Martinez takes it on the short hop. Throw across as McCormick stretches for the out, and that's 2 away. Back-to-back nice plays by Alan Martinez to throw across that strong south wind. Huderschelt now batting for Sublette with nobody on, 2 outs. Fisher's breaking pitch, just a little bit high. Ball 1 to count. From the windup, here's the 1-0. And just outside for ball 2. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2-1. Swinging and the count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. Pitcher with the wind. Swing and a miss. Gets him swinging. And that's 3 away. 3 up, 3 down for the Bronx in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bronx and Larks tied up at 3. We'll be back right after this.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at the one and only fantastic Flashback's Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
Now batting, Gabe Cox.
Gabe Cox leads it off for the Bronx. In the home half of the 4th, Derek Dyke back to the hill for the Larks. One and no count. Ball is low and away for ball 2. Caden Mings on deck. He'll be followed by Alex Luce. Low and outside as the ball gets back to the screen. And count 3-0 to Gabe Cox, the leadoff hitter here in the home half of the 4th. Lady Bronx softball team in action at the North Rec Complex. Cox takes ball 4 in the shoulder and goes to first.
Now batting, Caden Mings.
At last count, the Lady Bronx were losing 8-0 in the 3rd inning. That was the last update we had. The first of their doubleheader here this afternoon. Dyke will throw from the stretch. Mings batting from the right side. Singled his last time up. His second base hit of the season. First pitch was outside for ball 1. And he takes that one at the belt. At the knees, for 1-1 count. Runner off on the pitch. Mings lifts it high to left field.
Get back, get back, get back.
Left fielder reached up and got it. Ball gets loose on the infield as Cox goes back to first.
Up the bat, Alex Luce.
That'll bring up Alex Luce. Luce, a strikeout victim, his first time up. 1-on-1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch is low and in the dirt for ball one. Dyke steps and throws. Cox in head first safely. And that's outside for ball two. Ball past the pitcher. Cox strolls into second on the wild pitch. And the count to Alex Lewis is 3-0. Alan Martinez, the leadoff hitter, waiting on deck. Cox at second, one out in the inning. Here's the 3-0. Check swing, loose, fouls it up the first base side. Count goes to 3-1. Dyke checks the runner. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Alex fouls that one back, and the count is full. Once again, apologize for some of the issues that we're having with the broadcast. In between games, I will reset everything, and hopefully we can fix it. And a called third strike to Alex Lewis, 4-2 away. That'll bring up Alan Martinez. Martinez 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Martinez batting with the runner in scoring position. That is Gabe Cox at second with 2 outs. Allen just over the head of the second baseman, and right fielder bobbles. Cox around third. He will score. And Martinez with the RBI single has given the Bronx the lead at 4-3. Second hit of the afternoon for Alan Martinez. Brings up Drew Patterson. Patterson 1 for 2. Martinez running on the first pitch. Patterson taking all the way. Martinez will steal it without a throw. 0-1 to count to Drew. Yes. Here's the 0-1. Patterson with a pop fly. That'll blow it back into the infield. The shortstop looking into the sun makes the play. 4-3 away. But the Bronx retake the lead on a RBI single by Alan Martinez. The Bronx 1 run. On 1 hit, they strand a base runner. And I don't see any Sublette errors. So after 4 complete, the Bronx lead it 4-3. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
leads it off. The center fielder for the Larks, he's 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first, reached on an error in the third, but scored Sublette's first run of that 3-run third inning. First pitch to Ginter, back to the screen for ball 1. And that one high for ball 2. And that hit him. So leadoff hit by pitch. That'll bring up Derek Dyke. Fisher checks the runner. Alone inside for ball 1. Dyke no official at bat in the ball game. He walked in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, and scored. Strike called on the outside corner, 1-1 to count. Fisher from the stretch. Now brings the 1-1 pitch. It's fouled back. And a count to Derek Dyke, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quite a cat and mouse game right there. Fisher took an awful long time to come to the plate. Usually a heads-up hitter will call timeout just to shake him up a little bit. Fisher's 1-2 pitch. Check swing low in the dirt. And count 2-2. Runner off. Line shot right at Bodie McCormick. He'll step on the bag to complete the double play. Line out to 3 for 1 and 3 unassisted for 2 away on Brandon Ginter.
Now batting number 6, Caden Good.
That's a good way to get you out of an early hole to let the leadoff guy on. That'll bring up Caden Good, the catcher. Good 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice, but did score in that 3-run third inning. Count 1-0. Ryan Garrettson on deck. Fisher now throwing from the windup. Here's the 1-0. On the outside corner, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Double play, the pitcher's best friend. Here's the 1-1. Line shot foul. Off the screen at the Bronx dugout. Coach Steve Davidson in his 26th year of coaching the Bronx. Breaking pitch. Oh, that was a beauty. Took that one off the face of the Bronx dugout. Bronx have not known a coach other than Steve Davidson. He's been here since the start of the program in 1996. Here's the 1-2 pitch, low and in the dirt. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fisher looks in for the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled it straight back. And the count remains 2-2. Up on the hill up north, Lady Bronx trailing 9-3 in the top of the 5th. Good got enough of it to stay alive with the 2-2 count. And another foul ball. Hitter staying alive, but it's driving up Braden Fisher's pitch count. And the timeout called at the plate. Fisher had shaken the catcher off twice. Two-two pitch. Fouled back. Do want to let everybody know at the conclusion of this game, I will shut this broadcast down and we'll start game 2 just before the start of the second game. Mings gloves it at third, throw across, and Good legs it out. So that'll go as an infield single. Mings did everything right. Good just outran the throw. That brings up Ryan Garrettson. Garrettson, 1 for 1, walked in the fourth. He was retired due to runner interference on a ground ball. Then he delivered a 2-run single in the third. Fisher, throw to first, Good, diving back in. Fisher looks at the runner. Nice breaking pitch. Garrettson tried to hold up. The umpire said he went around. I would agree with him. But of course I will. I'm a homer. 0-1 pitch is outside. And the count 1-1. Fisher looks over at the runner. Here's the 1-1. And a ground ball towards second. Drew bobbles, but has enough time to throw to first in time for the out. 4-3 on the putout. And the Bronx get out of the inning with no damage done. No runs on one hit. There was a runner left. And no Bronx errors. We go to the home half of the fifth. The Bronx lead it by the score of 4-3. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball.
When you choose a bank, you're investing your trust in a group of people who will be handling your hard-earned money. You look to them for expertise in financing your dream home and your teenager's first car, purchasing farm equipment, or expanding your business. At Kearney County Bank, we're invested in a community we believe in. Let us be your choice in community banking. Visit KearneyCountyBank.com or come by 221 North Main Street in Lakin, or Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank, 1910 East Marion, Garden City, and see what our staff can do for you. The Kearney County Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Braden Fisher will lead it off for the Bronx in the bottom of the fifth. Lakin with a run in their fourth inning have retaken the lead at 4-3. Bronx scored 2 in the first. Sublette scored 3 in the third. Bronx answered with 1 in the third to tie it at 3, and then took the lead at 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth. Derek Dyke back to the hill for the Larks.
Batting for the Lakin Bronx.
Braden Fisher will lead it off. Fisher 1 for 1 officially. A walk and a run scored in the first, a single and a run scored in the third. He'll bat from the right side. And Fisher lifts a high fly ball into center. The center fielder over in left center. And the left fielder will call him off and take it for one away. Well played by the left fielder for the Larks.
Now batting, Adric Gomez.
That'll bring up Adric. Shaky 0 for 2. Lined out to the first baseman his first time up. And popped out to the first baseman his last time up. Takes the first pitch high for ball one. One and one to count. Low and in the dirt. Count 2-1. No, 3-1. Low and away for ball four. A one out walk for Adric. Brings up Bodie McCormick.
Now batting, Bodie.
Bodie with an RBI with a sac fly his last time up. Officially, no official at bat. He walked in the first. And with the sac fly in the third. Adric with a good lead at first. Snap throw to first. Shaky back in there. Pitch at the knees to Bodie McCormick for strike one. Pitch low and away for ball one. Nice job there by the pitcher, Caden Good, to keep that one from going to the screen. From the stretch, here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and in the dirt, and Good keeps it in front of him. 2-1 to count. And that one just misses as the count goes to 3-1. Armando Salcido in the on-deck circle for the Bronx. Timeout called at the plate. Three-one pitch outside for ball four. So back-to-back walks puts runners at first and second for Armando Salcido. Armando, the third leg of the winning 4x1 and 4x4 relay teams at the Holcomb Invitational last night. Bronx track team winning the title last night. Girls finishing in third. And a pitch back to the screen as the runners advance. Wild pitch now has two runners in scoring position. 1-0 the count to Salcido. Here's the wind from Dyke. Low and in the dirt. Ball two. Gabe Cox on deck. Dyke might be getting a little tired. He's starting to fight the control here in the fifth inning. 3-0 pitch. Armando swinging and missing, and it's 2-1. Pitch stayed high. That should be 3-1. I have 3-1.
All right, 3-1.
Yep, that's what he's got.
All right.
And it's in the dirt, and he has walked them full.
Now batting, Gabe Cox.
That'll bring up Gabe Cox. Cox was hit by a pitch his last time up. Scored the go-ahead run in the bottom of the fourth as the Bronx lead at 4-3 here in the fifth. Bases are loaded with one out. Caden Mings on deck. Cox with a high fly ball pulled up the left field line, and the wind will keep it out there for strike one.
I'll ask her if you listened the first time.
Swing and a miss at the 0-1 count, and Cox now down 0-2. Bases are loaded, one out. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Cox lifts it foul and out of play off the third base side. Count remains 0-2. Shaky at third, Bodie at second, and Armando at first base. Low and inside, blocked by the catcher. Nice job. I'll tell you what, Caden Good is doing a fantastic job behind the plate for Sublette. First baseman Garrettson in on the grass, and that's off the shin guards of Good, and Shaky scores easily. That'll go as a wild pitch. And about the time I complimented the catcher, he lets one off the shin guards, but he had really done a great job. 2-2 the count to Gabe Cox. Still two runners in scoring position. And swings and misses at the breaking ball, 4-2 away. Brings up Caden Mings. Mings 1 for 2. A single in the second. Flight out to left in the fourth inning. Bronx with a run in this half inning, now lead at 5-3. That pitch low and in the dirt for ball one. Alex Luce on deck. Bodie McCormick, the runner at third. And Mondo Salcido at second. That pitch taken at the knees for strike one. 1-1 to count. Pitch is low for ball two. Base hit could score two here. Mings takes high and outside for ball three. And Dyke in jeopardy of loading them up here again. And that one's taken on the outside corner for strike two. Full count to Caden Mings. Little flare up the right field line. Falls fair. McCormick will score. Salcido being waved around. He will score easily. Caden Mings with his second hit of the afternoon and drives in two.
Up to bat, Alex Luce.
Brings up Alex Luce. Luce 0 for 2 has struck out twice. Bronx now lead at 7-3. Dyke's pitch back to the screen. Mings on his way to second on the wild pitch. Alan Martinez on deck if Luce can keep the inning going for the Bronx. And a ground ball towards second. Second baseman bobbles and will not make the throw. That'll go as an error on the second baseman as the runner's now safe at the corners for Alan Martinez. Martinez with hits in both of his last two at-bats. And a chance to drive in another one with Caden Mings 90 feet away. I would expect Luce to be going on this pitch, the first baseman not holding him. Double steal. And got him. Got in there. Ming's got the foot in there. So Luce safe at second base. The Bronx with the double steal. I think the count's 1-0. Allen with the bouncing ball to and it's past the third baseman. Luce around third. He will score. Error on the third baseman. Bronx have answered big in this half inning. They lead it 9-3. And we will now have a timeout on the field, most likely for a pitching change. Pretty much has fallen apart for the Larks here in this half an inning. And I don't see any indication of a pitching change yet. Drew Patterson will be at the plate for the Bronx, the ninth hitter to come to the plate in this inning for Lakin. And a pitching change will be made. Dyke will go to short. And Noah Garrettson will go to the mound. Garrettson was at shortstop, so a position switch for the Larks here. So Noah Garrettson coming on in relief of starter Derek Dyke. Dyke giving up 9 runs. He's responsible for the runner at first base. And he is ready to go. Brings up Drew Patterson. Patterson 1 for 3, singled and scored in the first, lined out in the second, and popped out in the fourth. Alan Martinez, the 2-out runner at first, a huge lead over at first base. And he's off on the first pitch. The 0-1 to count to Drew Patterson, who bats from the right side. Garrettson checks. Swing and a miss. And a 2-0 count, 0-2 count to Drew Patterson. Martinez on his way to third, but Patterson strikes out swinging, 4-3 away. But the Bronx, a huge inning. In the fifth, they come up with 5 runs. On just 1 hit, they strand a base runner. And there were 2 Sublette errors. After 5 complete, the Bronx lead it by the score of 9-3. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Bronx Baseball on your home for Lakin High School Sports, Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. We'll be back right after this.
Flash back to the days of Bebop and Bobby Sox at Flashback's Diner, Highway 50 Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Socks at the one and only fantastic Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
We go to the top of the sixth inning. The Bronx on top of the Larks by the score of 9-3. Braden Fisher back out to the hill.
Now batting number 29,
Noah Gerritsen leads it off for the Larks here in the sixth inning. Bronx with 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 4 more in the fifth. They lead it 9-3. Larks with a 3 spot in the third, and the first pitch is low and in the dirt to Gerritsen. He'll be followed by Braxton Blackwood and Daniel Bandman. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball to left field. Left fielder has it go over his head. And Gerritsen strolls into second with a leadoff double. That'll bring up Braxton Blackwood. Blackwood 0 for 2. Has lined out twice. Once to first, once to second.
Braxton Blackwood.
Leadoff batter aboard at second base. That is Noah Gerritsen. Fisher checks the runner. Delivers a strike at the knees. Strike one to count to Blackwood. Eden White warming up in the Bronx bullpen. Grounder back to Fisher. He'll go to third. And the Bronx will not be able to get him. So Blackwood, during the rundown, goes to second. A fielder's choice for Blackwood. And for the Bronx, just a misplayed pickle. Now runners at first and second for Daniel Bandman. Pitch is in there for a strike. Oh and 1 to count. Fisher's pitch fouled back. And the count 0 and 2. Breaking pitch stayed upstairs for ball one. 1 and 2 the count. Breaking pitch way outside there. Count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes after stepping out ahead of the hitter. 0-2. Slow roller up the third base side. It's foul. Count remains 2 and 2. And got him looking. Right at the belt for strike 3 and 1 away. Brings up Cason Leonard.
Now batting number
Leonard 0 for 2, fouled out to the first baseman his first time up, grounded out to Alan Martinez in his second at bat. First pitch, low for ball one. That was a big strikeout for Fisher. And that pitch in there for a strike to even the count, 1-1. 1-1 pitch outside. And the count 2-1. And a swing and a miss evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th inning. The Bronx lead at 9-3. And just misses outside and the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hudeshelt on deck for Sublette. And a swing and a miss for out number 2 of the inning.
I have that at 106. It could be 106. 106? Yes. Should be at 106. Should be at 106.
106. 6. That was 106? Yes.
Eden White will come on to pitch for the Bronx. Fisher done due to the pitch count.
Good, Mr. Long? We're good. All right. Pretty important gig. Yes, it is.
Braden Fisher with a good afternoon, though, holding the Larks to 3 runs on just 2 hits by my count. Well, 3 hits because the leadoff double here in this inning. Pitching change being made. Eden White out of the pen. And there will be some position changes for the Bronx. Fisher will go to center. Mings is coming in. So White. Okay. So Eden White will take Caden Mings' position in the lineup.
You probably quit drinking soda, yeah?
Usually Fisher would go to center, so we're waiting to see. He's standing here. He may be going to, he's going to play first. So Bodie's going to go to third, and Fisher will go to first.
That's pretty.
White with a strike. 0-1 to count. Just missed. And the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at second and third. Now with 2 outs. The 2 batters reached for the Larks to start this inning. Swing and a miss. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Just low and away. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eden White on in relief of Braden Fisher. Here's the wind and the 2-2. And low and in the dirt. Count goes full. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Bronx lead at 9-3. Hudeshelt is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Eden needs to just go after the hitter here. And strike 3 called. And that'll do it for the Larks. After getting the first 2 base runners safely on, they failed to move them. And 3 straight strikeouts to end the inning. Ends the threat for the Larks here in the 6th. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 and no Bronc errors. After 5.5, the Broncs lead it 9-3. We'll be back right after this.
Oh, this stupid man. When it's time to do that welding, don't do it yourself and make a mess out of it. Call Hendricks Professional Welding Service in Lakin. On the farm, on the ranch, or at your place, or at Hendricks Welding 3 miles west of Lakin. Welding done right the professional way. Call Brad Hendricks at Hendricks Welding at 355-6734. That's Hendricks Welding. Don't do it yourself and make a mess. Just call old Brad.
Braden Fisher will lead it off for the Broncs in the home half of the 6th. Fisher with 5 2/3 innings pitched here this afternoon will lead it off. Fisher 1 for 2. Single and run scored in the 3rd. Flew out to the left fielder his last time up. He'll be followed by Adrian Gomez and Bodie McCormick. Noah Garrettson on in relief of starter Derek Dyke. Dyke giving up 9 Lakin runs here this afternoon. Fisher takes high for ball 1. Fisher with the line shot off the glove of the shortstop.
Now batting, Adric.
I think I'm going to give him 1 too. He had to go in the hole to get it. We'll give Fisher the hit, I think. You know, it came up nicely for him, but he was going deep in the hole to try to glove that, so. So Braden Fisher on at first. Adric with the bunt right back to the pitcher, but he does his job, and that was to advance the runner. So a sacrifice bunt, Gomez out, 1-3 for 1 away. That'll bring up Bodie McCormick. McCormick officially no at bat. He's walked twice, but he drove in a run with a sac fly in the 3rd. And a hit here could score another Bronc run. Pitch was high for ball 1. Mondo on deck. And that pitch is low for ball 2. Garrettson checks the runner. And the pitch is outside for 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk puts Bodie McCormick at first base. Now 2 on with 1 out. And that'll bring up Armando Salcido. Gabe Cox will be on deck. Salcido looking for his first hit of the afternoon. He's walked and scored in his last at bat. He's also struck out. Outside for ball 1. Gabe Cox on deck for the Bronx. Fisher the runner at second. McCormick at first. 1 out. Mondo takes inside for ball 2. And taking that on the outside corner for strike 1. Armando scoring the bunt there, fouls it up the first base side, and the count goes even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch fouled back. Count remains 2-2. Two-two pitch once again. Line shot to third. Third baseman grabs it. He'll step on the bag. 4-1 away. And that'll be the only chance at an out they have. 5 unassisted for Fisher. That is 2 away in the inning. Salcido at first on the fielder's choice. Bodie McCormick goes to second. And that'll bring up Gabe Cox. Cox 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th and scored. And takes high for ball 1. Cox steps back, takes that one inside. 2-0. Garrettson checks the runner. And the pitch taken on the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Cox lifts it high. The catcher chasing in foul territory and makes the play. Bronx no runs on 1 hit. They strand a base runner. And no Sublette errors.
20 pitches for the guest.
After 6 complete, the Bronx lead it by the score of 6-3. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Bronx baseball. At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools. Leading it off for Sublette in the top of the 7th inning will be the center fielder, Brandon Gunter. He'll be followed by Derek Dyke and Caden Good. Eden White on in relief of starter Braden Fisher pitched to one batter in the top of the 6th inning. Recorded a strikeout. First pitch is high for ball 1. Bronx looking to improve their record to 5-6. If they can hold on to this win here in game number 1. Fly ball popped up on the infield. Patterson in and gloves it for 1 away. That'll bring up Derek Dyke. Dyke 0 for 1. Walked in the first. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. And lined out to the first baseman, Bodie McCormick, who started a double play in the 5th inning. First pitch, line shot towards second. Patterson boots and will not get the runner. Error on the second baseman. Runner safe at first for Caden Good, the catcher. Good 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Has scored a run in the game. White's pitch upstairs for ball 1. Haven't seen an update from the Lady Bronx softball games up at the North Complex. Last we heard they were down 9-3. Here's the 1-0 from Eden White inside for ball 2. Ryan Garrettson on deck. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the top of the 7th. And threw it behind the batter as Dyke will go to second on the wild pitch. And the count goes to 3-0. White's 3-0 pitch is low. And a 4-pitch walk issued. That'll bring up Ryan Garrettson. Garrettson 1 for 2 with a walk.
At 24, Ryan Garrison.
A 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Grounded out to the second baseman his last time up. Runners at first and second with 1 out. We're in the top of the 7th. And it hit him. And that'll load him up. And a timeout on the field. Situation right there with the pitcher, you just got to rear back and throw. I could tell on that pitch it's almost like he was throwing to aim it instead of just rearing back and throwing. He did a great job to get the strikeout in the 6th inning. And Caden Mings will re-enter. And Bodie McCormick will come in relief. Yep. So re-enter Mings for White.
Okay, that's 20 pitches on him. I'm sorry.
And Bodie McCormick will come over from third and pitch in relief. Bodie McCormick 1-1 on the year. His 5th appearance. Bodie McCormick on in relief. Faces a 1-out, bases loaded situation. McCormick will throw from the windup. First pitch is high for ball one. At the plate is Noah Garrettson for Sublette. Bronx got the leadoff batter out, but an error, a walk, and a hit batsman has the bases loaded for the Larks here. McCormick's pitch off the glove of Shaky. Throw to the plate will not be in time. Dyke scores as the runners advance. Run scores, and it's a 2-0 count to Noah Garrettson. And that one low outside for ball three. Sublette with the run scored. Bronx still lead at 9-4. Bodie's 3-0 pitch. In there for strike one. Braxton Blackwood on deck. Slow roller in the infield. Fisher will scoop it to McCormick, covering the bag. 4-2 away. Play going 3-1 for 2 away. Garrettson with the RBI as the run scores. Ryan Garrettson goes to third, now 2 away for Braxton Blackwood. McCormick's first pitch is low and outside for ball one. Once again, at the conclusion of the game, I will sign off of this broadcast. We'll have to open up another one. We had our game 2 scheduled for 6 o'clock. It's going to be more like 6:20, most likely, by the time we get game number 2 started. Give me a chance to reset some things. Maybe I can get the scoreboard working for us for game number 2. That pitch outside. And the count is 3-0. And that's ball 4. Runners at the corner, still 2 out for Daniel Banman. Banman 0 for 3, has grounded out to short twice, struck out looking his last time up. Throwing error allows Garrettson to score as Blackwood goes to second. It's a 1-0 count to Daniel Banman. Case and Leonard on deck. Have 2 outs in the inning. And a strike called on the outside corner. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bronx lead it now 9-6. Banman pulls it hard foul. off the third base side. He's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Larks down to their possible last strike. McCormick's pitch, breaking pitch, stayed high. Runner goes to second. Will be in standing up. Slow roller on the grass. Martinez up with it and can't make the play. That'll be an E6, and Bandman goes to second on the error. And another run scores, and the Larks now trail by just 2. Ball in the dirt. Throw not in time at third. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike to Case and Leonard. McCormick from the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a strike called on the outside corner. And once again, now Sublette down to their possible final strike. See if the Bronx can get out of it here. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Line shot towards second. Patterson on the hop. Throws to Fisher, covering in time for 3 away. 4-3 on the putout. And that'll do it. Sublette does come up with 4 runs in that half inning. There were 3 Bronx errors in that half inning. 4 runs on no hits, 1 left, 3 errors. But the Bronx will hold on to win it. And the Bronx will win it by the score of 9-7 and improve their record to 5-6 on the season. Braden Fisher takes the win for the Bronx on the hill. Derek Dyke takes the loss for Sublette. And Sublette falls to 4-4 on the season as the Bronx improve to 5-6. Well, that's going to do it for our broadcast. We're going to go ahead and cut this one down, and then we'll reset everything. We'll be back on the air. Give us about 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll be back on the air for game number 2. That should give me plenty of time to possibly get everything reset and ready to go here for our second game. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining me here on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube. And we will be back trying to send a text message to the softball games. And got that done. So I was looking for an update from the softball games up north, and I'm sure it's part of that text message. And the Lady Bronx lost it by the score of 16-9, losing to Sublette up at the North Rec Complex in softball action. So thanks for joining us here in our game 1. We'll be back on the air 10 or 15 minutes getting set for game number 2. Once again, thanks a lot. I'm Brett Hendricks. Thanks for joining me. We'll be talking to you soon. We'll be back.